Good day. It's day 60 of a screenwriter's journey. I teased at the end of yesterday I saw something interesting, and that was in the file that I had marked as day 60, it was 30 frames per second instead of 10. And so I was like, what? And then it turned out to be a show that I had kind of screen recorded off my computer at 30 frames a second. So this day is day 60. Now I've got to go back and adjust all these days because, oh my goodness, I just looking at my files here and I skipped day 65 and day 67. So I messed up, but who cares? You don't. Screenwriter's journey, we're into day 60 and let's hit it. We begin the day by renaming the file, as I always do, so I always have a record of my writing. I had mentioned yesterday that I literally have a recording of all my writing, but as I've said, and as I'm sure many writers do, every day I rename the file so if something crazy happens, which it has, your computer, goes off or wacky, you've always at least not lost more than one day's work. Man, one time, I won't even go into it. So they're talking about this whole thing about going up. And yesterday we left when Gary couldn't get his car locked. And so he was taking out his frustrations on it. Of course, it was really other stuff he was talking about. Good old subtext or sub-action, I guess, in that case. Lexi and Larry, nothing too much is changing. I think better when I'm beating people at horse. I hope I change that line. So this, it's setting up a few things. Obviously, the twins ESP, is it a real thing? Setting up the fact that Larry stands by his decision to go with Lexi, which you would have thought Gary would have done. So it's setting some things up, hopefully revealing a little character along the way. I don't know. It'd be interesting to get your comments after you subscribe and like and share to know what you think. And I've asked this before about, do you feel like anyone's character is getting developed at all or getting developed better than others? Do you see any character arcs in anyone? Is anyone growing, developing? Because, you really can't have, I don't know what the rule of thumb is. You can't have everyone have a character arc. Well, I guess they sort of can have a character arc, but they don't all change. Like I'm just thinking of like Obi-Wan Kenobi. He didn't have a character arc. He was the mentor figure. And Han Solo, I guess he sort of did. I shouldn't be trust me, I'm not comparing this with Star Wars. I'm just thinking of the first movie that came to my top of my head. I always think of that and Back to the Future as my go-to thing. All right. So, yeah, they're trying to get Lexi all pumped up about how great it's going to be to have, a car and jewelry and free college if she wants and all that stuff. And then at the same time, Rachel is sort of pouring out her story of how this all came to be, whether she's telling the truth or not, we don't know. We find out, again, if you've been reading along, following along, you already know all this, but we find out about the kind of what's going to happen coming up. I lost my train of thought, but my rule is I can't go back, so let's keep going. So they arrive, the two kids and Holly arrive up there. Noble is there saying they get the VIP treatment. And then we do, of course, the juxtaposition where they pull up to the Motel 6. And this is the VIP treatment, which obviously is not. Now, Hogan does know that the kids were going to come. Oh my gosh, that was a super short day of writing. I'm just going to explore all this tomorrow because you've heard enough of me for today. Day 60 in the can, Screenwriter's Journey. Thanks See ya.